What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are preparing physically, mentally, spiritually for the dark times that are ahead of us, and hope you guys are getting right with God and staying strong. Got some more important information to share with you guys today. And I'm not even gonna ramble on about what I've been saying for over a whole year now, about this entire, pretty much for over a whole year now, about this entire agenda and where all of these things are going, and where it's headed and all that, right? Because for those of you guys who are paying attention to these things and doing your research and staying up to date to all the exercises and the drills, right? And the simulations that they're running, you know exactly where these things are going to be leading up to. And it's no point in me constantly repeating myself, about that whole thing, right? And rambling on about things that I've been saying constantly for a good while now. So I'm going to get right into this, and just know, folks, that you're going to start seeing more of these types of things happening as time goes on. I've been saying this constantly, and it's happening. Every single day it's something new about cyber attack targeting this company and that hospital and that school system. And last year you had the whole Colonial Pipeline situation, right? That was actually a big one, and it only took a few days for people to start losing their minds and panic buying gas, right? You guys, now that's a perfect example right there. That whole pipeline situation from last year, perfect example of how nobody cares about, or at least most people don't really care about, getting prepared until it's too late, or until something really bad happens, And even 2020 was a much better example of that. But we've had this discussion, and I'm going to get into this right now. I'm not trying to get off topic, but it says North Korean internet down by suspected cyber attacks. Researchers. North Korea's internet appears to have been hit by a second wave of outages in as many weeks, possibly caused by a distributed denial of service DDoS attack, researchers said on Wednesday. The latest incident took place for about 6 hours on Wednesday morning local time, and came a day after North Korea conducted its fifth missile test this month. Junaid Ali, a cybersecurity researcher in Britain who monitors a range of different North Korean web and email servers, said that at the height of the apparent attack, all traffic to and from North Korea was taken down. Now, speaking about the whole DDoS attack thing, I remember years ago when I used to play video games. Keep in mind, I actually quit doing that because it was a huge waste of time. But yeah, so ever since years ago, ever since I was playing, video games back then, right? I actually remember people would always talk about, others getting DDoSed offline, right? And pretty much being kicked off of their internet and having it shut down for like a certain period of time, right? Usually it would be for a short period of time. But I remember when I was playing these video games, right? And when I would be in like party sessions and whatnot, playing with friends, etc. I remember how easy it was for people to track someone's IP address and boot anybody that they want to offline and pretty much off of their internet, and not even allow them to access their own internet for a certain period of time. And like I said, usually it would be for short periods of time, but I remember how easy it was for these people to do that. There was literally, I remember it was literally little kids and teenagers doing this stuff too. Young people doing this stuff, so, even over the past, over a decade, I would say, they've already been making people, they've already conditioned people to accept things like this. And since people have known about these types of things for a very long time now, it's not going to really be as much of a surprise, right? Since people have been pretty much desensitized. That's a perfect word that I'm trying to use to describe what I'm trying to say about this whole thing. People have been desensitized, so it's not going to be as concerning to them, right, when they hear stories like these, about cyber attacks and things of that nature. So, yeah, that's just something that I wanted to put out there. I remember that happened a lot back in the day when I was doing that, playing video games. And, I remember how easy it was for people to get kicked offline. But, yeah, it goes on to say when someone would try to connect to an IP address in North Korea, the internet would literally be unable to route their data into the country, he told Reuters. Folks, you guys already know where this is going. I mean, we told you that this whole agenda is going to keep ramping up. And guess what? Every single day, it's something new about a cyber attack targeting, whatever company or targeting whatever, major infrastructure, right? Goes on to say hours later, servers that handle email were accessible, but some individual web servers of institutions such as the Koryo airline, North Korea's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and however you say that, the name of that place, if that's even a place, which is the official portal for the North Korean government, continued to experience stress and downtime. Internet access is strictly limited in North Korea. It is not known how many people there have direct access to the global internet, but estimates generally place the figure at a small fraction of 1% of the population of about 25 million. So, yeah, you get the point, right? Pretty much another alleged cyber attack, this time targeting North Korea's internet. So, you know where this is going, folks. They recently had a 10-country simulation about the financial system being collapsed, right, through a cyber attack. So, let me remind you, folks, that it's really important that you pay attention to what these people are doing, because they can flip the switch at any moment. I know, people might be saying, oh, but they already flipped the switch, and ever since 2020, and ever since March of 2020, and ever since the scam started, they've been flipped the switch. I can understand why people would say that, and it's true. But you got to keep in mind and understand and remember that these things that are coming and these things that these people have planned for the future are going to be much, much worse. And it's going to make everything we've dealt with look like nothing in comparison. I promise you, folks. Like, I'm not setting any dates, but just remember that, these people are going to make things much worse than they ever have been. And that's what they're going to have to do in order for them to get their way and in order for them to continue accelerating their agendas. So, again, don't be afraid, but keep preparing yourselves as much as possible, physically, and most importantly, mentally and spiritually, for what's to come. Because these people are not going to stop. But I thank you guys for watching this video. Please share the video far and wide. Keep preparing yourselves for what's to come. And just remember that things are not going back to normal. I know I've said that a lot too, but I'm going to keep saying it. Things are not going back to normal. Things are not going back to how they used to be before March of 2020. I know they keep making it seem like that, but it's not happening, folks. It's all one big sham, and it's all one big deception to get you to give your hopes up. But I thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm out.